lot of people think that when you want to start becoming successful, when you start doing the things that the people around you aren't doing, that it's gonna be a constant uphill path, right? Sometimes you gotta realize that you gonna take a step back and it's gonna feel like it's the end of the road, right? Recently, I've been struggling with this. Last summer, I worked at a resort, not a resort. I worked at a hotel that had a resort in it as a concierge. Again, I don't want to say the name of the place that I worked at, but I mean, you could probably find it online somewhere. Again, I'm not that famous. I don't even know why I'm saying that, but I worked at this place as a concierge, and then it was a summer job, and don't get me wrong, I loved it there. First of all, the number one thing I would say about a job that I didn't realize before, right? I've made some online money before. I made a lot of money again as a jit through Prize Picks. Early 2022, I made like my first band off Prize Picks, like my first like real band off Prize Picks when it first came out, and then I made money online through like reselling stuff like that. And then I was like, Loki, I'm gonna give a job a try. So going into my senior year, I worked as a concierge. And I was thinking like, damn, bro, like work really be lame. Like I can't believe I'm one of those dudes who got to get a job, like do this, do that. But first of all, it was a really cool place, like really fucking cool place. Like everyone there was so chill. My hours were chill. I wasn't really doing that much work. And since it was a resort and I was a concierge, I was learning how to talk to people, especially since it's a very expensive resort, right? I think like a day pass was $100. The membership for the country club was in like the thousands, and not like the low thousands. It was like somewhere between like 60K to like 80K. All right, so the people who are coming there are like wearing nice Rolexes, like obviously like I'm trying to learn how to talk to them because I think it's a very important skill to learn how to talk to people, to learn how to market yourself, to learn, especially my job. I was selling these little like little cabanas, right? It's like a private area for a family near the pool where they can close the curtains, like have that thing. So I was trying to sell that, and each cabana was $400. So like it's not easy getting a family to spend $400 just for a 1 day experience. But so I learned really how to market on my sales abilities. I learned how to talk to people. I learned also like in the area that I live in, it's very like people are the exact same. Like I'm not trying to say anything like that, but everybody is like really the exact same. So it was kind of like eye opening for me to get out of like my comfort zone and talk to like people. So like that's just to say it was a good experience. Like I was making $14 an hour, which is good fucking money for a job. I mean, I live in Texas. I don't know what y'all's like minimum wage is, but for me, $14 an hour was good. Right, I made like a couple thousand off that over the summer. Then throughout the year, I started taking trading seriously. I made a good amount of money trading. Right, and then 2026 started, and recently I haven't been making that much money with trading. It goes to fact because like in like the last couple months I haven't made any money with trading, right? So that led me. My manager texted me. She's like, "Will you be back in town for the summer?" I was like, "Fuck it," right? Like, what do I have going for me right now? And until I start making a set amount of money per month, I do want to still have additional income in my bank account, right? It makes me feel happy. It makes me sleep better at night. It makes me like going out with my friends. I don't really got to worry about money, right? Because I have like at least like some sort of income coming in, right? So like if I'm going out to eat with my boy, I don't really gotta worry about damn do I have money for this? I know because like I get paid every 2 weeks. It doesn't really matter. So this goes to say that I'm taking a step back in my journey, right? I went from a profitable trader who was sitting in front of the screen was making thousands of dollars. Now I'm back working for dollars in the hour. Now I'm back doing an online internship for dollars in the hour. Now my time has gone from I can make money whenever I want, however I want, right? I can decide if I want to take a short, if I want to take a long, if I want to take a shit on NQ and ES, when to take my payouts. I'm my own boss. I create my own time. To I have a manager now. To I get paid every week. To I don't control my life. Someone else is controlling it. And it's a little demeaning, right? It's a little bit like, damn, like I can't believe that I went from this to that. But at the end of the day, bro, like you gotta take a step back sometimes, right? I'm taking a step back right now. Hopefully, this teaches me that damn, even though this experience is chill, even though I learned how to talk to people, I learned how to market myself. I don't ever want to do this shit again. So maybe this helps me lock more in on my trading. Like, I need to get out of this job. I need to stop like working for somebody else. It's time for me to be my own boss. So sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. Sometimes it's God telling you that you're not ready. Take it however it is, right? Uh, and don't get really discouraged, right? Like it's very easy for me to sit here like, damn, I haven't been making money with trading. I've been losing money with trading on these accounts and shit. So maybe I should fucking quit. But in my head, that's not what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna work this job for a couple months, and hopefully throughout the summer I start making good enough money that I won't be in a position that I have to work for the summer. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna be like having like a lot of money, but then again, I'm also 18. I'm going into a university next year. Like I'm sure like making a couple thousand a month is good money for me. So that's the goal here, right? So don't get discouraged if you have to take your step back, right? Everybody has to take a step back sometimes in life. People with high paying jobs, right? Um, People with high paying jobs sometimes have to take pay cuts, right? You can go from making 100K a year to making 75K a year, and then someone else recognizes your talent, or you do an online certification, and now suddenly you're worth 125K a year. So sometimes in life, you gotta take a little like compromise, or you gotta take a step back in life, and that doesn't mean that it's the end of the road, right? It just means that there's more opportunity in the future. For now, you just gotta get through the shit, right? Like for me, right, I want my teenage years to be like the worst years of my life, and I don't mean it in that way. I mean it like I had fun, but it was also like, damn, bro, I had to work all the time, and I had to really get through the mud with this trading stuff, and I lost so much money, and I made money, and then I lost more money, and then I had to go back get a job, and then at the end of the fucking road, like 6 miles down the road, there's a fucking clear sky with fucking, I don't know, like a red sunset or some shit. So sometimes in life you gotta just take a little step back, put that little uniform on, go to work, get shit from I don't know, an like customer who hates you, get shit from your manager, miss out on events because you're working all the time, and you would rather do that now. I would rather do this when I'm 17 than be fucking 27 years old or 28 years old and 35 years old and having to miss like my son's basketball game. I would rather miss right now. I would rather miss going to I don't know, grab some food with my boy, or I don't know, missing the hoop runs or some shit, and going through this shit right now, not having fun on my 18-year-old summer, just so when I'm 35 and my son's like 3:30 p.m. Hold on. When my son is when my son is, I don't know, 8 years old, he's like, Dad, can you come to my AAU game? And it's, I don't know, like 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. Hell yeah, I'm there. I got the time. I went through the shit when I was 17. I went through the shit when I was 18. Now I can do, what you want me to do. So sometimes in life, man, God will humble you, right? You'll be blessed. You'll be making a lot of money. I mean, for some people, it's, I mean, I have a lot of friends who's made a lot of money through the online world. And I mean, you gotta blow money, right? Like I know people who've blown like the first 100,000 that they made, or the first $10,000 that they made, or went back broke. Like that dude Jake Ryan, he was rich as hell. He had a Lamborghini, and he went back to like DoorDash or some shit, and now he's coming back up, right? So a lot of times in life you will get humbled, but it's better to get humbled early on than to get humbled later on in life, right? I would rather lose out on opportunities now, lose out on my time now, than lose it down in the future. Uh, that's really it. Damn, Loki, I've been fucking with making YouTube videos lately. All right, so I do think that I am gonna continue with this, but it's low key just like weird, like sitting here and just like I don't know, it's just weird, bro. But anyways, I appreciate y'all boys, and y'all boys have a good day.